Morning, folks. There's Pop Gene again. Do a little quick video for you. I'm going to sharpen this knife and we'll talk about some stuff. Now, this is not a how-to sharpen knife video. This is just how I do it. You know, poor boy way of doing it. I used to have a wet rock. Well, years of using it and it broke in half, so I chunked it. And now the only way I have to do it is old school, or not even old school. This is probably nobody even heard of this, but that's the way I do it. And it's because of some stuff I already had, and everything's pretty cheap. You don't have to buy nothing, you know. What I'm using is this block of wood with this. I know people's going to go, oh, you know, when I say this is sandpaper. It's a 600 grit. I mean, you can't even hardly feel anything. It feels like a piece of paper, kind of. But this is the wet dry. You know, like when you sand in your car, get ready to paint it. This is the same kind of sandpaper that you use. You wet it and you do it. It don't scratch it. It just, you know, buffs it or takes all the rough edges off. I've used this little old bottle of water. Now this is water. I know it says Comet with cleaner, but you know, it's just an empty bottle. That, and of course I'm using a knife. Now, I know you can't see it. Like I say, this is just how I do it. But it don't matter what kind of angle you put on it. Some people say, well, you got to have a 22 angle, you know, 22 degree angle, or you got to have a 24 degree angle. Well, it don't really matter what kind of angle you put on it as long as you stay at that angle. If you stay at a 20 degree angle, if you stay at it, and then it'll, you know, stay sharp. I have no clue what this angle is. It's this way, you know. So, I'm going to get at it and we'll talk about a couple of things while I'm doing it. First thing I do is put my glasses on. Then you just kind of spray it, just get it a little damp. And this is the angle I use. Can't see it, but I'm using this as a secret. This is my secret. You just drag it across there. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I do usually 10 at a time on one side. Then I get on this other side. Make sure the angle's the same now. You know, some people use a penny or nickel or whatever to gauge it by. But I just kind of eyeball it. 1, 2. You don't have to bear down real hard. Just kind of set it down and just put a little pressure on it. My wife don't like them real sharp. Main reason is when she's washing dishes, when she washes dishes. Sorry, baby. She watches my videos too. She's one of my biggest fans. I haven't lost count. I think that's 6. Let's just say 7. She don't like to be real sharp because when she's washing dishes, it reaches down and it cuts her, which I understand that. Anyways, I've done it too. So what we've been doing is keeping all the sharp knives off to the side. Now see, I got a light up here. When you look like this, you kind of move. If you see little shiny stuff, that means it hadn't been, hadn't got all the way, the edge, the angle hadn't got all the way. Well, I try not to get it that far gone, but I'm going to do it one more time. I don't know how many of y'all have this trouble. When we first got our grandkids, they started living with us. Well, they was real picky on what they ate. I mean, they still are. Of course, they're kids. If it's not macaroni and cheese, well, it's not food. Oh man, onions? Nah, I don't like that. Broccoli, any kind of greens. No, they ain't going for that. So what I started doing, the smart person that I am, I started like, say, cornbread. I mean, who don't like cornbread? Maybe you don't, I don't know. So what I did is I always put a little sugar in my cornbread anyhow. Well, I made, a pan of cornbread one time. No, I don't like that, so, okay. So I got a muffin pan. I got a muffin pan and I put this, no different, just a little sugar, in the cornbread mix. Put it in the muffin pan. Well, okay, instead of having cornbread, now we're having muffins. They liked it. Now, go figure. Yeah. But then onions and, say, broccoli and just whatever, Say, look, when I cook a soup or a stew or something like that, I'll cut them onions up real fine. It takes the broccoli and just cut it all up, man. We just, just little bitty fine pieces. I've done it with green beans. Just whatever you want to feed them, so they can get their nutrition, instead of cheese and noodles. So, we ate some of that one time. They didn't know us. They had no clue that onion was in there. After they got through, I said, you know what y'all ate? Yeah, it's stew. It's good. I had potatoes, carrots, Well, I told them, well, there was onions in it. No, it wasn't. They was expecting the bigger chunks, And they said, well, we like onions. It's just we like them cooked. Okay. So they didn't even know about the broccoli. I didn't even tell them about that. Hey man, you gotta check. You gotta trick these kids into something sometimes. They think they know it all. And those of you that has kids, I think y'all figured that out by now. Yeah, kids know everything, especially teenagers. Oh yeah. I had a sticker made up for my granddaughter. Hung it on the wall. It says, hire a 16-year-old, well she was 16 at the time. Hire a 16-year-old while they still know everything. Well, that might sound funny, but that's how true is that, They know everything. Well, anyhow, enough of that. Then, after you do that little rough thing here, you get this piece of leather. Now this is cheap. This is a cheap old belt I found down here at the, oh yeah, that's better now. One garage sale. I paid 50 cents for it. And whatever angle you do that at, don't do the same angle because the leather is soft. You know what I mean? And so if you do it the same angle, well, actually, when you put it across that leather, it's not going to be the same because it's soft and it's going to change the angle of the dangle there. You know what I mean? So whatever angle that you had it, lessen it just a little bit. In other words, if this was your angle, do it a little bit closer to the belt than that. I hope that's clear. And you don't have to bear down on it. Don't bear down on it hard. All you want to do is just smooth the edge off. And now I'm not going to say it's going to cut paper and all that. We'll try it. No, I'm not going for all that. You know, we don't have a contest around here in my neighborhood who's got the sharpest knife in the pantry. So as long as it'll cut a tomato or whatever I want to cut, intruders, whoever, or whatever, that's fine with me, as long as it'll cut. Like that show, Forged in the Steel, you know, that knife will cut. Anyhow, enough of trying to be a comedian. You just set the knife on it like that and just barely push down. Now you don't have, don't put no, excuse me, don't put a whole lot of pressure on it. You're not trying to sharpen it. You're trying to smooth it out. And actually, this is what makes it sharp. This is where they used to get that razor sharp, because they used to use them strops, is what they call it. This is what you call stropping. And back when I was a kid, my grandpa had one. He had one that was about this wide, you know, to do this like the old barbers used to do. And grandpa used to call it stropping. Where's my strop? He's talking about his leather strap. Well, I thought he just couldn't talk, you know, until some years ago. I was an adult. I mean, it's not too many years ago. I finally heard somebody say that, and kind of found out he knew what he was talking about. It's a leather strap. That's what they call a strop. And it's not even spelled the same, but just for grins. Now, I know this is not going to probably cut this paper, but what the heck, I better cut a tomato. I'm going to stay out of your way here. You can't see my face. Whoa, look at there. How about that? Whoop. Now I'm tearing it. How about that? You see that? Woo-wee! Well, my wife's going to be proud of me. Well, like I say, this is not a video on how to sharpen knives. It's just the way I do it, because I'm poor and broke. I already had this sandpaper, and 50 cents for a strop. That's not bad. So, in a free jug of water, that's how I do it. So, don't forget about tricking your kids into something, you know, something that they might not like to eat. You know, for years I didn't like pineapple, because my daddy didn't like pineapples. I just, no, Ma, I don't like pineapple, because my daddy didn't. Well, after I got an adult, I ate a piece of pineapple. That's my dog down there. I said, man, what's wrong with my daddy? You know, he don't like pineapple? This is good, you know. So I've been eating pineapple ever since. Think my grandkids would? No, Deer meat. We had some chicken fried deer meat one night. And no, they don't, you know, we didn't even tell them it was deer meat, you know, we just said it was chicken fried steak. Man, they tore it up, you know, dipped it in gravy or ketchup, whatever they was using, probably ketchup, they like ketchup. And then, you know, of course you got to tell them, you know, I do, you know, I like to mess with them, you know. What's good at canned kids if you can't mess with them? Man, you know you ate deer? Nuh-uh, yeah, that was deer meat. Go ask me, Mom. Well, that sure was good. I didn't know it was that good, you know. Well, so, you know, they got to try something. I always tell them, man, you can try it before you say you don't like it, you know. Oh, well. Excuse me. Anyhow, that's the way it goes on the lifestyle of a poor boy. My knife is sharp. I'm going to find me a tomato. Cut me one up. Look, y'all have a good one. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good, man. I'm out of here. Bye.